Deputy Principal Chico Azrin bin Hajibo Hassan, Deputy Academic Principal Chico Ku Kyung Eng, our beloved YSF Coordinator, Chico Siti Rohaini Muhammad Saleh, Senior Masters, respected teachers, fellow students, and friends. Hello and a very good afternoon to everyone. I am Adina, Vice President Editorial of Youth Science Forum and your MC for today. Before we begin, we would like to have Muhammad Ibu Irfan bin Haji Muhammad Kartowo, Head of the Religious Unit of YSF, to recite Surah Al-Fatiha.
وإلى أرواح وليدنا ووالدكم وإلى أرواح المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات شيء لله الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Thank you, Ibu. It is with great pleasure that I welcome all of you to today's talk, hosted by the Youth Science Forum YSF. This event dives into the important topic of STEM innovations and inventions. To begin today's talk, we would like to have our beloved YSF President, Fong Zeng, give his opening speech. Let's give him a round of applause.
Honorable Principal Chigu Shandal Fazli bin Haji Sabi, Deputy Principals Chigu Haji Azrin bin Haji Hassan, and Chigu Ko Kyung Eng, Senior Masters, Mistresses, our beloved Coordinator Chigu Siti Rohaini Muhammad Saleh, teachers and students of Pusat Tingkatan 6 Tutong. Good afternoon and welcome everyone. My name is Zen and I'm the President of the Youth Science Forum for Batch 25-26. Today's talk will be titled Beyond the Lab, STEAM Adventures and Innovation, conducted by the Vice Presidents of Editorial of Batch YSF 24-25, Samantha and Teo Kai Lun, who represented Brunei at the APEC Youth STEM Conference 2025 in Busan, Korea. Samantha won the award for APEC Innovation, while Teo Kai Lun won the award for APEC Connectivity at the conference. Please give them a big round of applause. After the talk, they will be giving a sharing session on the experience they had at the APEC Youth STEM Conference in Busan, South Korea. Without further ado, I'll pass back the mic to our MC for today, Adina Adriana binti Abirasid.
With the title Beyond the Lab, STEM Adventures and Innovations, let us put our hands together to warmly welcome our esteemed speakers. Din Xiaofin alias Samantha of U62 and Teo Kai Lun of U65.
Alright, so hello and a very good afternoon everyone. My name is Samantha and I was part of the team name called Synesy. So in today's afternoon, I will be presenting about our research that we have been working since last year, September up until this year, which is around July, August. So my research is titled as Natural Coagulants from Pitahaya and Plano for turbidity and ionic contaminant reductions in water treatment. So to begin today's research, I will be asking you guys questions. So, what can you see in this first slide? Right, water is the essential of life, so now let's take a look at the reality of water. So, how do you feel feel looking at our own environment being destroyed by us humans? Right, we are all sad. So according to our research, as of 2024, there are 4.4 billion people on Earth that do not have access to clean water, and it's predicted by this year, 2025, there will be 1.8 billion people on Earth that will experience absolute water scarcity due to increased population growth as well as agriculture and industries. Therefore, water treatment is really important. This is because dissolved ions like sulfates, chloride, phosphate, they can be found in polluted water, which harm human health, causing kidney disease, skin issues, as well as cancer. So in our research, we will be targeting the APEC economies as well as the Sustainability Development Goal SDG 6 clean water and sanitation. Moreover, clean water is also important for zero hunger and good health and well-being, life on land as well as life on water. So our project is a natural solution as we are using natural fruit peels which are the pitahaya, yellow dragon fruit as well as platano green banana. They are said to be sustainable, low cost and eco-friendly. So the main objective of our research is to reduce or remove turbidity and dissolved ions contaminants from river water and also improve water quality and protect our nature. So why choose pitahaya and platano but not other fruits? This is because pitahaya and platano, they contain chemicals that carry positive charges. For pitahaya, they carries antioxidants and pectin. As for banana, it carries high methoxy pectin. So these positive charges that it carries is really important for the coagulation method to take place. So you might be wondering, what actually is coagulation? So it is a method where it works by the flocculation mechanism. Just like we said earlier, the positive charges, it's really important as it neutralizes the negative charges of dissolved ions or colloids. So once these colloids and dissolved ions are neutralized, they will then form clumps. They will clump together and form flocks that will then settle down in the bottom of jar test kit. Once it settles down, then it can be removed very easily. So why choose coagulation method is because other methods like reverse osmosis, they are more complex and requires high maintenance as well as expensive. But for coagulation, it's really simple and it's low cost and low maintenance. Moreover, what differs us from other research is that other research, they tend to use chemical coagulants like aluminum and ferric salts, which are toxic and can form sludge which pollutes the environment. It's what we do not want. But for our research, for my research, we are using natural fruit peels. They are non-toxic, so it does not produce sludge, thus able to protect our own environment. And now, I will have a special guest today, which is my teammate, Yumi from Peru. She will be explaining to you guys our variables as well as experimental methods.
Hello everyone, my name is Yumi and today I will explain the methodology for the project. We use natural coagulants made from pitahaya and banana peels to pull water from the Amazon River. And this river is from San Martin, specifically Peru, which is my home country. This river is very important for people and for me, but it has problems with wastewater and contamination, and yeah, we are afraid of that. Well, in our experiment, the independent variable was the type of coagulant, pitahaya, banana, or a mix of both. And the dependent variables were the water quality, turbidity, pH, and electrical conductivity. The experiment showed us which fruit was more effectively contaminated water in the Amazon River. So I believe this can help other countries like mine. And yeah, that would be all for me. Thank you so much.
So that is from my teammate Yumi, and I will continue to explain how we actually carry out this experiment. So this experiment was carried out by Yumi in her school in Peru. So what she did is that she extract banana peels, dragon fruit as well as the Kumbaza River water. Afterwards, she cut those fruit peels into small pieces and placed them into the oven at 80 degrees Celsius for 12 hours. So afterwards, she will carry out pulverization, which is crushing the dried fruits into coagulants powder. And next is the mixing process. Just like she said earlier, we had made 3 types of coagulant powder. First one is the platinum powder, second one is pitahaya powder, and the third one is a combination of both. This is why we have 3 different jar test kits. For the mixing, it's a very specific method where if we did the mixing for 16 minutes, for the first minute, it is a very fast mixing process which we carry out at 145 RPM, and for the rest of the 15 minutes, we carry out it at 40 RPM. So after all those mixing and flocculation mechanisms, you will obtain like a slightly yellowish liquid. It's because all of the flocks, negative charges had sink down to the bottom of jar test kit. And lastly, the measurement of independent variables, which is the pH, electrical conductivity, as well as the turbidity. So this is the results that we get from our experiment. As you can see that there is a bar chart and there is a greatest decrease for pitahaya coagulants, finding that the pitahaya coagulants shows the greatest decrease in turbidity. So it is the most effective. It had removed 96% of turbidity, followed by combinations of both, and lastly platinum. As for the electrical conductivity, pitahaya coagulants also shows the most effective removal of electrical conductivity, followed by combinations of both, and lastly platinum. Other than that, we also measure the pH. Why the pH? It's because we wanted to test if our coagulants can affect the acid-base water balance or not. So, as you can see that there is not much of a difference of the pH, so we can assume that the pH is remain unchanged. Therefore, our coagulants, despite its using for fruits, usually have an acidic pH, it still does not affect the pH of water. So, in conclusions, pitahaya coagulants that we made is the most effective coagulants that can remove the turbidity, electrical conductivity without affecting the pH. However, the water that we obtained for this experiment cannot be drank directly as it is still above the 5 NTU limit set by the World Health Organization. So further purification is required. However, the water can be drank directly after purifications, and the water that we obtain can be used for non-potable usage like for farming, agriculture, also even washing your own car. And with that, just like our name, Syntheseed, we synthesize our very own idea to make an impact to the world for clean water and sanitation. And with that, here comes to the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Samantha for the presentation. Well, my experiment is a different one from hers, so I explore a different aspect, which is sustainable aquaculture. So before I begin, I would like to start with this powerful quote by marine biologist Rachel Carson. It is a curious situation that the sea from which life first arose should now be threatened by the activities of one form of life. So this quote highlights the deep irony of how the very oceans that sustain us are now at risk because of human actions. My name is Teo Kai Lun. With my teammate Nai, Arshakiti and Songkia, we formed Bloom Trio under the guidance and support from our mentor, Professor Li Po-sang from Taiwan. So today I'm bringing you this exciting experiment with the topic called the impact of eco-friendly feed of fish digestive efficiency and physiological metabolism. Sounds complicated, but let's break it down into simple questions. So have you ever stopped to wonder how does a little goldfish actually digest its food? or how would we feed them could not just affect their health, but even the planet. So right now, we're diving into how something as simple as fish feed can make a big splash in sustainable aquaculture. So these are the contents I will be going through for today's presentation. So do you know, for over 3 billion people around the world, seafood provides significant source of protein and nutrition. But recent study shows that 33% of wild fisheries are overfished, while another 60% are fished at their maximum capacity. Well, in fact, for all the seafood we eat, from finfish to shellfish and seaweed to algae, is not caught in the wild. They are grown through aquaculture, or commonly known as fish farm. But as you know, as aquaculture expands, behind the scenes, we face a major hurdle, which is fish meal. Well, now look at this article. It highlights the harmful impact of fish meal with the headline, "Catching fish to feed fish." Catching fish to feed fish, what does that even mean? Well, to understand this, we have to know the definition of a fish meal. So fish meal is essentially powdered fish, made from high in protein, made from wild-caught species like anchovies or sardines. So now you see, so fish meal is actually made from fish. So the problem is we're catching fish to feed other fish. This has led to, obviously, overfishing, which causes ecosystem disruption, and most importantly, carbon dioxide emissions. Oh, fun fact, do you guys know that Peru is actually the country that is very popular in fish meal production? So they actually catches a lot of fish, turn them into powder, and ship them worldwide, especially to Asia. So during this process, they emitted a lot of carbon dioxide. From processing the fish meal to transporting them to different countries, they require a lot of energy. So they keep burning oil and gas, which emitted too much carbon dioxide. There's a statistic that shows that the total carbon dioxide emitted per year, it reaches 42 million tons. So while aquaculture promises food security, the heavy reliance on fish meal is pulling sustainability in the opposite direction. So our question really is, can eco-friendly feed alternatives support fish growth and health without harming the planet? That is why our project explores the eco-friendly alternatives, ones that both support our plate and our planet. So our hypothesis was simple. If goldfish eat eco-friendly feed, will it improve their digestion and metabolic health while also keeping the water clean? So we set up 3 experiments. Experiment 1 is to collecting the data for the fish weight gain and used for the calculation for SGR and FCR. While for experiment 2 is the water quality check. It's the effect of different types of fish feed on water to see if eco-friendly feed can help to improve the water quality. While the last experiment is the feeding rate. It is to see how quickly the fish can finish their food, so that the faster the fish finish their food, the better digestion. So now you might be wondering, of all the fish in the sea, why we choose goldfish as our model organism? Is it because they're cute? Well, no. Since the experiment was conducted at home, so using commercial species like salmon and tuna is not really practical. So goldfish was chosen instead because they are easier to manage. This is how we set up our experiment. So we have 3 tanks. Tank A is fed with traditional fish meal, and while Tank B is fed with eco-friendly feed. It is made from insects, by the way. And Tank C is the 50-50 mix. So we kept everything constant, and the only thing that's changing is the fish meal, the type of fish feed. So for experiment 1, we weigh the fish every week. We ran this experiment for 4 weeks actually. And then after we collect their data, we calculate their average weight gain, and it is used to calculate FCR and SGR. And for experiment 2, we use pH tester. We place them into the water sample that we collected from the tank, and we use the pH value to compare with the pH strips here. And for experiment 3, it's the time taken for fish to finish their food. So we determine the time taken to see which goldfish finish their food faster. Oh yeah, check this out, guys. You can see that eco-friendly feed actually requires lesser amount of fish feed compared to the traditional feed. So I asked my professor about this. He mentioned that it's because the eco-friendly feed, they have higher nutrient density. So this is the result for experiment 1. As you can see, the bar for the green color is from tank B. So they have the highest weight gain. So from our calculation, FCR, it shows that tank B has the lowest FCR. So the lower the FCR, the better the efficiency, which means it requires lower production cost. Whereas for the SGR, tank B has the highest SGR, so the higher the SGR, the better the fish roll. So for experiment result 2, as you can see from tank B, it has no nitrite, NO3 minus, and nitrate, NO2 minus. Sorry, I forgot about the minus there. So it shows that tank B exhibited the best water quality. Whereas for experiment 3 results, you can see that the time taken for the goldfish that is fed with eco-friendly feed only requires 5.18 minutes to finish their food, compared to the traditional feed, it requires 9.27 minutes. So to conclude my experiment, our results are encouraging. It shows that eco-friendly feed is not only effective for fish digestion and metabolic health, but it also keeps the water clean. So this aligns with global goals like SDG 12 on responsible consumption and production, while also SDG 14 on life below water. So please watch this special video from my teammate.
Hi guys, my name is Shadini Lim Songkyep, but you can call me by my nickname Nice. So first of all, I want to say that having Lun as my partner is such a wonderful experience. She's amazing and so creative. Thanks to her that we have such a beautiful poster and presentation. And we get along very well, even though we face some difficulties during the past 6 months that we have been working together. We still managed to get through it, and I learned a lot from her. Also, I'm very grateful and happy that we can manage to get to the last 10 teams in this conference. Don't forget to use eco-friendly feed if you have a pet fish. Yeah.
Okay, so our experiment is not just about goldfish, it's about food, it's about climate. It's about daring to believe there's always a gender way, because sustainability doesn't start in a government hall, it can also start in a fish tank. Thank you.
So for now, it's the most exciting part where we will be diving into our experience while the two of us is in the APEC Youth STEM conference in Korea. So now we'll welcome you to South Korea. Alright, so when the first day we landed, we arrived in Busan Airport and we will directly pick up by the bus to KSA, which is called the Korea Science Academy. So KSA is very well known. It's like the Samsung in Korea. So when you talk about KSA, everybody's gonna know about it's the most elite high school in Korea. It's like mainly for STEM. So that night we have like a research booth presentation, and this is Kai Lun and her teammate Shatipi, and this is Mimi from PTET and her teammate Samantha. And this is me alone. It's because my teammate Yumi, she had like a flight delayed, so I had to do things on my own. So it was pretty challenging, honestly. And then we have group pictures together. It was us when we have dinner, so we get to know a lot of different people from like different APEC economies.
And this is from day 2. So day 2 we have our research group presentation. So this is a group photo of us with the president and vice president of KSI. And this is another group photo of us with our mentors, chaperones, and some experts there. So on the right side, this is my booth, booth trio, and this is Samantha's booth, synthesis. So during our research presentation, we present our research to the public and also to the experts. So the experts will judge our presentation based on our performance and our content. And during the afternoon session, we have this KSA tour. Oh, it was really impressive, like how a high school is fully equipped with facilities that is beyond university's level. So they have this electron microscope, this 3D printers. We don't have it here, and it was really expensive. So we get to see how they work. And this is their technician. They're showing us like the experiments that their students did before. Oh, it was so cool actually. And at night, at 7 p.m., we have this youth mentor networking session. This is Samantha's mentor.
Her name is Joanna, and currently she's studying material science in KAIS.
And my mentor is Samantha's research mentor, Dr. Safira. And we kind of like just do a short presentation, and then we have to give a problem and then solve the problem that we do during the presentation. And after that, we have some photo session.
Alright, so this is the most important part of our entire trip, which is the research presentation. We are judged about like more than 50% coming from the research presentation itself. So this was me during my presentation, and this is Kai Lun, and this is us, the Bruneian delegates before presentation. And during our free time, we also took pictures with different APEC economy peers, and our Australian teammate taught us about the trend called 6-7. Do you guys know that? It's from TikTok. 6-7. Okay, so next is the award ceremony. Kylan, Nabil, and Mimi, they were given the third place award, which is the award for APEC connectivity. As for me and my team, we were given the second place award, which is the award for APEC innovation. And lastly, our delegate, Jing Jing from MS, she was given the first place award, which is the award for Future STEM Leader. And this is a group pictures that we took together. And here, this one is my beloved professor named Dr. Safira. And then we have a closing ceremony. We took pictures with professors as well as the sponsorships of this event. And this one is one of the highlights of the event as well. We went to a tour that night, which is the Busan Night Bus Tour. We went to many different tourist attractions in Busan. The first one is the Songdo Skywalk, which is like a port around the beach area. And I think the sunset is really surreal. It looks like it comes out from a K-drama. Our second stop, which is Kwangmali Beach, so we get to take more pictures and enjoy the sea breeze. And then we also get to stop by the convenience store to get some midnight snacks. And then after that, we end the day at KSA, and then the next day we head on to our next destination, which is Changwon. So the ride from Busan to Changwon is actually about an hour ride. So this is our first site visit at Kerry. So here we listened to talk by Dr. Chin Hong-jong. So he explains about how they use the renewable energy from solar and wind powers. And we get to see some of their facilities like this 3D printer machines and this VR turbine model. So we get to wear these glasses, 3D glasses and experiences. And this is our second site visit, which is called Busan and Ability. So here we get to eat our lunch,
And then we get to take more pictures there. Oh, it looks like a mansion, so it's like kind of cool. But then during this site visit, we didn't get to take more pictures because we are not allowed to bring our phone in. Like we cannot use the camera. So actually, like from this site visit, we get to see how nuclear reactors work and how different turbines work. And then after that, we head to our third destination at Daejeon. So the ride from Changwon to Daejeon is actually about 4 hours. So we get to stop by at this at a rest stop, and then we reach KAIST, which is a very well-known university in Korea, at around 8 p.m. Then we get to explore KAIST, and at 11 p.m. we get to celebrate our peer's birthday. This is Jaden from USA, and this is Toy from Thailand.
And the next day, we started our another site visit at KAIST. The first talk that we had was about how to get the scholarship opportunity to study at KAIST. And then we also have a talk by Dr. Kwon Tae-hyun, which is from the Music and Audio Computing Lab regarding culture, technology, and convergence. So by mean that in this talk, he showed us his lab, and when we go to his lab, he told us that he was working on this like AI transcription, music transcription, by mean that the piano can play by itself without a pianist actually playing it. Moreover, they also working onto the AI performance using piano.
And this is our last stop. So this is our last day at Daejeon. So we get to go to this festival, and we get to buy a lot of stuff from here. And some of our peers, they get to go somewhere to eat food. Yeah.
So afterward, we went back at KAIST. This is like our last night together. So we had a secret Santa reveal and farewell night. So this secret Santa was started on the first day. We were at KSA. We were asked to do secret missions for each other. So one of my missions is supporting my desired person, which is Sean, like telling him good luck for his presentation. That was my task. And my secret Santa is Hyungwon. She gifted me a keychain and as well as a girl.
This is Sean. Yeah. Well, my secret Santa is Nangfa, and I'm secret Santa to Askia from Philippines. And this is the pictures of us with the Brunei delegates, and also Miss Akmar here.
It was really fun, and I'm really grateful that we went to this APEC Youth STEM conference together, and Miss Almar also take a really good care of us, so we had fun together. And this is like the end of our talk. Thank you so much for coming to our talk, and we hope that this talk inspire you to be part of the STEM community more.
Thank you. We can receive 2 questions.
My name is Irina and I'm from U62. So my question to both of you guys, your teammate Nice has said that you guys have had some difficulties during your APEC journey. Would you be able to explain them?
Okay, so Trio. It's actually because me and Knight and our goldfish is in our team. So that's why we call them Trio. No, actually it's not. It's because we have one teammate from Korea, but because of some problems going on, and then our proposal for this experiment got delayed. And because of that, we have to extend our deadline. And when we sent our proposal to our professor, our proposal got rejected because he said that our experiment wouldn't work. And our first experiment is actually so funny. It is natural barrier to prevent sea rising levels. So our professor suggests us to change to something simple. So me and Knight, we are really into marine life. So I searched on Google and asked ChatGPT what some causes of overfishing. And I found out that there's one causes is about fish meal. So I started to suggest that to Knight. So we do this experiment. And when we conduct this experiment, so we also face one difficulty where we cannot do the fecal analysis. This is the most scientific experiment. It's actually you collect the fish waste and then you have to send it to university to do further analysis. But we don't have the university that offers that facility, so we have to find another solution, which is the technical part.
So for my team, we have a peer assessment problem as well, which is like unequal distributions of work. Like some people tend to work more and some people work less. So you can see that even though I have 3 teammates, but the video only has one special guest, which is Yumi. Because one of that teammate, we can't really reach out to her very often. It's like she's always on and off. So I would say that maybe she only did like 10% to 20% of the work. And me and Yumi had to work the rest of the stuff on our own. She was just there for the presentations, but she wasn't able to help much. That is one thing that they don't evaluate. So if in the future, I wish that like the judges they will actually take into account of peer assessment. It's really important because even if your research is good, but the teamwork aren't that good, it's a tough work for people because you're working on different timeline and different area as well. So it's really hard. That is one of the major difficulties. Thank you.
We are so glad to hear so many interesting questions from the audience. Unfortunately, our speakers can only accept one last question before they end their talk. Now, we would like to invite the principal to present the certificates to the speakers. First, we would like to invite Tim Seong-sin, alias Samantha of U62 to receive her certificate. Next, we would like to invite Teo Kai Lun of U65 to receive her certificate. Now, we invite the speakers to take a group photo with the principal. For presenting the certificates. Next, I would like to thank you everyone who made today's talk possible. Our coordinator, Shibusiti Rohaini, teachers, YSF members, our honorable speakers, and of course, all of you who joined us today. To all those present, I hope today's talk has sparked your curiosity and highlighted the power of STEM innovation, reminding you that with creativity,